Okay, y'all, we are live. Welcome back today. Wow, what day is it? Day 7?
This year, swear we coming out strong. Don't hold back, gonna give it your all. Let go of mediocrity and step in greatness. Walk in your purpose, don't worry about the haters. They programming and lying to the youth, sabotaging and distorting the truth. A wild guan with the world, what's the mood tough? Keep coming for me, sisters and me brothers. I feel some type of way, I'm praying for the better days. What happened to the healers, dreamers, and the visionaries? Protect your mind and spirit by all means necessary. Systematic governments, mental penitentiaries. Break the curse, break the ceilings, break the cycle. You the one, already know it's in the Bible. Royal priesthood, melanated like the Messiah. I always stay lit, fam. I'm on fire. It's your time now, gonna shine now. Don't give up, keep it up on the right route. On the rise now, I'm talking right now. Haters hate, let them hate, then they lights down. It's your time now, gonna shine now. Don't give up, keep it up on the right route. On the rise now, I'm talking right now. Haters hate, let them hate, then they lights down.
I believe it's day 7. So, if you're new here, my name is Tricaria, Try for short. I'm doing 30 days until 30. So, 30 videos every day until my 30th. So, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. Today's video is talking about how to combat loneliness. And I think for a few of us, sometimes we don't really know how to discuss that. Like, you know, we might not feel too comfortable with expressing that we may feel lonely. And so, as a only child, I've been by myself my whole life. Of course, I grew up with my mom and everything, but as far as like sharing space, it was me. And so I think that like a few years ago during the time of lockdown and everything, people really started to feel the weight of loneliness, even if they had partners or had a family. But like having that so much time to really sit with themselves and really spend time alone in their own thoughts made people really realize that like maybe I don't know myself as much as I thought I did, or maybe I am not as happy or fulfilled in my life if I'm not going to school, if I'm not working, if I'm not doing certain things. So I think it was really eye opening. And so today I want to just kind of give you all some tips, especially for my 94 babies, people who are on that cusp of the 20s and the 30s, on how to combat loneliness. And so, one tip I would say is, cliche, people say like, make yourself busy, always be working towards something. And sometimes it can seem a little bit unrealistic because it's like sometimes you might get into a mode of like, I just want to be, and that's okay. It's good to just be, but still be working towards something. So, one way that I have combated loneliness, you always hear growing up like, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So, make sure you're being productive. Make sure you have things that you're working towards, goals that you're working towards. And so, I try not to let my mind be too idle, but as a creative, sometimes it's very important for us to have that space where we don't have any obligation at that time, because we can allow the creative juices to flow. But in that regard, making sure that you turn to whatever creative path that is for you. So whether it is writing, whether it is doing music, whether it is working out, whether it is you know, meditating, doing yoga, or these things that you might not really be into, but these are also strategies that I have turned to in my time of feeling lonely or feeling like I just am in a space of like solitude, so to speak. And so solitude and loneliness are two different things. You know, there comes a point in many of our lives, especially when you're aiming to reach that higher level of understanding of oneself, that you really appreciate solitude and you really value solitude, and you understand that solitude is a important part of our journey. So solitude and loneliness are two different things. Solitude is in the space of like more awareness. Loneliness, you feel like you're operating in a space of lack. You know, there's something that you're lacking, there's something that you're desiring and you're wanting. So I think shifting your mindset also is a way to combat it. Like, you know, you know, I'm not lonely, I'm alone. You know, some famous singer said that, I'm not lonely, but I'm alone. And so that's more moving into the space of solitude and acceptance of that. And sometimes it's just for a season, but that's been one way I've combated it, is changing my mindset, changing my frame of thought to say, like, yes, I'm quote unquote alone, but I'm in a space of solitude more than loneliness. So making myself, not having an idle mind, getting myself busy into the things that I desire, changing my frame of thought. And then another way that I say that I have combated the feeling of loneliness is building community. Like, sometimes we undervalue the importance and the value of building community. And your community can be one or two people. It doesn't have to be a plethora amount of people, but having a solid core group that you can call on, or you can go to and pull up on if you need something, or who's going to call you or pull up on you if you need something. For myself, it's been a little bit different because about a year and a half ago, I moved out of the country, and I now live in Senegal, West Africa. But in that, like, I made sure I chose a place where I knew I would have people to go to if I needed it. I have one of my godsons who's Senegalese, and half Senegalese, and so I had his family here. But still, you can kind of feel like you know lonely in the sense of like, these are not the people that my core group of people, but now they have become, of course, with time and being around each other a lot. But in that same regard, it was kind of times where I just felt like, I feel like so alone. But at the same time, I'm like, but I'm doing one thing that I've always desired to do. I've always desired to relocate and live in an African country and be amongst the people, learn the culture, and thrive essentially. And so, in my video yesterday, I was saying like sometimes you have to give up something, freedom comes at a price. And so, in connection to that, like, yeah, I might have moments of like missing my family and my friends and things that I'm used to, but I also look at it as if like, okay, well, I might not be around them right now, but I know that I'm preparing and the time will come for us to reunite. And so just being grateful of the space and the place that I'm in right now, and looking towards the future in hope that I will be reconnected. And so I think that we have to really get to a place where we are being, intentional. Like, again, a lot of these things are becoming very trendy now, but when I say being intentional is like picking the people that we want to associate with and we want to be around. And it's not to say, oh, you think you're better than people. People might feel that way, but those people probably are not meant for you in the first place. If they feel like, oh, you think you're better, oh, you think you're this, because people who want better for their lives are always going to surround themselves with people who pour into them, people who inspire them, people who they can learn from, and then also people where it can be a reciprocal energy flowing. We we work together in order to uplift each other and get to where we want to go. So I just want to encourage someone today. If you may be feeling lonely, you may be feeling like, you don't have anyone. One thing that I always used to do is like, what if I look to my left and there's no one there? I look to my right, there's no one there. I look in front of me and behind me, there's no one there. The Most High always says, look within. And within you will find that you're never alone. We only have our body. We only have our vessel. Let's not say body. We only have our spirit that's within this vessel. So um you're never alone in that regard, because you are connected to all that is. And so when we really get that understanding, that was real powerful. Thank you, Most High. We are connected to all that is. And so we truly are never alone, but we are in our soul self. I know it's kind of like, okay, what? We alone, but we not, but we are. But the people who get it, y'all get it. And so these videos like are unscripted. By the way, I thought about making a script, but I like impromptu speaking, and this also, I think about the topic that I want to discuss, but and I find inspiration from like my real life situations, or inspiration around me. But I want to let it flow, to make it more organic, to make it more fluid, to make it more relatable. And so I hope that someone was able to receive something from this message today. I appreciate you all for checking in with me, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Peace.